We will start with the new agreement, which was signed just the end of last year and ended the period of uncertainty, so the end of Brexit. So we're going to talk about that new agreement this morning. And then we will jump to real interactive sales and social media. So really giving you insights, examples, and hands-on information about how to sell your services to the UK. So I will start. I will share my screen now. I will start with the presentation on Brexit. So it's in Slovenian, but I will explain it in English, so it might even be easier for the participants as it's in Slovenian. Anyway, the end of the period of uncertainty is over, which means we have an agreement, so that's good. We know where we stand. But of course, there are a lot of changes that have come with this agreement. So the transition period ended last year, at the end of the year, and the UK stepped out of the single market. These are big changes. This means a lot of administrative procedures that are now in place. There are no tariffs for goods that are of EU and UK origin. There are no quotas, so no limits on quotas. But there is not a free movement of people. So that's something very new. Also, there is no the standards. So the standards are not the same anymore. So that's different. There are also a lot of changes in tax. And we have with us today also a specialist in tax, Ian Masterson, and he will explain the tax changes. So quite a few changes from this agreement. Although a lot of you come from the service industry, I'm also going to explain a little bit about the changes for goods. There are no tariffs for goods that are made in the UK or in the EU. This means in the production process, if 60% of the origin of the goods are made in the UK or EU, they're considered to be UK and EU made, so they do not, companies do not have to pay tariffs. Of course, it's different for products, so this needs to be checked. If you're exporting or importing goods, you need to check this on this website that's written here. There are also different rules of origin, which means that if your product is made in the UK or EU fully, then you comply already and you don't pay any tariffs. Then there are also some commodity codes that are changed. So for example, if there's an aluminum that's put into an engine and the commodity code changes, then it's also considered to be in these rules of origin. So no need to pay tariffs. Then also the change in added value. So this means if, for example, there's a company importing glue and selling glue from the United States, if they import the glue in bulk and then process it in the UK and then sell it to the EU, for example, then it's considered to be in these rules of origin and they don't pay tariffs. However, if they import the glue already packaged from the US, then they have to pay a tariff. Then also the process needs to be, the manufacturing process needs to be at the end in the EU or the UK. So this is, for example, in chemicals, where the chemical process at the end needs to be in the EU or the UK. Then the EU has already set up controls at its border, at its borders with the UK after the 1st of January. But the UK is doing this successively, so not all at the same time. So it's going to be until the end of this year. And you can see also here the link to the border operating model, where you can find out all information about checks at the borders. This is probably the most important slide for you who are selling services or want to sell services in the UK. It's about traveling to the UK. So from the 1st of January on, to work in the UK, you need a work visa. However, if you are going to the UK as a tourist, you do not need a visa, and you can stay up to 6 months. So for example, if I'm going to stay with my sister who lives in Manchester for up to 6 months, I don't need a visa. If I want to go and see a trade fair or do business, sign contracts, etc., you don't need a visa for up to 6 months. You can also check all these websites here, where you will find out more information about if you need a visa, if you don't need a visa. By the way, I am going to look at the chat if there are any questions and see. Then also it's these professional qualifications, which now are not automatically, I would say, automatically engaged and automatically priznavanje, looking for the word now. So, se me razumete, niso priznane poklicne kvalifikacije, vse. So this means that if you're an architect, for example, or if you're a school teacher and going to the UK, you need to have your, before it was automatic that you would have your diploma there qualified. Now you need to go to a special institution who will qualify your diploma. So this is changed a little bit. I guess in the IT sector, it's not that important, but and also maybe for Slovenian companies, it's not that important, but for other countries, for example, for Poland, who have a lot of teachers and nurses working in the UK, these professional qualifications will take a little bit more time now. To travel to the UK. So so the good news is that we have flights that are starting actually the 28th of May, direct flights. So no flights, we didn't have any flights now to the UK, direct flights. Flights are starting, and also British Airways is going to start flying 5 times a week on the 25th of June. So this is good news, but obviously you need to check the websites of the airlines to see if everything is on track. Although flights will be there, it's still not easy to go to the UK yet, because Slovenia is on the amber list, which means that if you're going to the UK, you have to quarantine for 10 days. And you need to book your COVID test in advance. You need to take it before you go. You need to book it for the 2nd and for the 8th day of your stay in the UK. And here's some more information below on the foreign travel advice. I'm going to stop the share, and I will look at these questions in the chat. Če podjetje dobi projekt v UK za britanskega naročnika in gre ekipa arhitektov delati tja za 3 mesece, ali potrebuje vizo? So, in this case, if you have people going to work for a British company in the UK, they need a visa. But for example, if a company is building a house in the UK and they're just going there to build it or service something, they don't need a visa. Accreditation. Yeah, I think they still need a visa, Andy. For IT sectors, any qualifications required? Um, I don't think so. I mean, it depends if you are going to work in a special job where you need recognition, but for the IT sector, I don't believe so.